who flew out on the first pitch he saw. So the F8 represents the first out of the inning. Infield now slightly pulled to the left against the righty Drew Earhart. Gage Stanifer is back out there. First pitch to Earhart on the inside half of the plate for strike one. Stanifer moving quickly. Earhart lines it deep to left field. It's off the wall. He's rounding first and heading for second. It's bobbled slightly in left field by Jackson Horning, and that's a big double for Drew Earhart, who continues his fantastic start to the season.
Second baseman number 13, Tyler McDonough.
In the 8-hole now, it's Tyler McDonough stepping into the lefty box. There is action in the New Hampshire bullpen, so Stanifer's day might be coming to a close shortly. Depends what he can do here. First pitch is laid down for a bunt up the third baseline. It is absolutely perfect. And McDonough beats out. There wasn't even a throw. That ball just trickled beautifully up the third baseline. Runners on the corners for the Sea Dogs, still just one out. Can't do a bunt better than that.
Third baseman number 51, Abram Leendo.
Bottom of the order now with Abram Leendo as the sky is on fire in left field. A beautiful sunset peeking through these stormy looking clouds as we trickle towards nighttime, 7:15. Runners on the corners for Abram Leendo, who's already come around to score a run today. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the third. 1-0. Drops in the bottom of the zone for strike one. Counts 1-1 with one gone. Leendo hit the walk-off last night to send the Sea Dogs home with a win. As this pitch is bounced in the dirt to put him ahead 2 balls and 1 strike. Just took one pitch for Leendo to send a looper into right field before he was off to the races to celebrate with his teammates. Really looks like a Monet painting out in the sky. Beautiful. The 2-1 swung on and missed, and the count's even 2-2. With one out, there is the potential for an inning-ending double play. Earhart on third, McDonough on first. Stanifer readies and fires. Leendo flares it to right field, going back to the wall, off the wall, still in play. He's already rounding second. He holds up there. The Sea Dogs are coming home. Can Earhart make it to the plate? He's out. It was a well-executed relay from the Fisher Cats and an ambitious send from the Sea Dogs as one comes around to score. Leendo aboard second. Drew Earhart couldn't quite make it. Or that was McDonough actually tagged out at the plate. Earhart came across to score. McDonough, one of the faster runners. I understand the call from the Sea Dogs. New Hampshire just played it better, and it looks like that might be the day for Gage Stanifer as the call to the bullpen comes. Gets taps from his teammates, will step aside as a new pitcher warms up for the Fisher Cats. 4-2 is our score on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.
Any job goes.
Leading off the top of the first inning is the Substance Ale, Bissell Brothers flagship IPA. Hailing from Portland, Maine, standing at 16 ounces tall, Subby, as his teammates call him, was an early standout in his 2013 season debut, delivering bright and balanced hop flavor alongside smooth, crisp, Maine-made satisfaction. Find Bissell Brothers all season long at Hadlock Field. You earned it, bud.
You put your whole heart into this place because you're proud to be a New Englander, working long hours, helping neighbors, and giving every day your all. Lighthouse Credit Union was created by and for your community. to help you stretch every dollar, borrow money with confidence, and save for the future. Because we know that the people that keep this place running are the ones that make it feel like home. Lighthouse Credit Union, for those who keep the lights on.
Do you see who that is? 16, maybe? Mason Olson, that's the new guy. No, we'll be good after this one. Still in the bottom of the fourth at Delta Dental Park. New pitcher on the bump is Mason Olson, who started this season with High A Vancouver and was just brought up yesterday, added to the roster. First pitch flies outside to Franklin Arias as the Sea Dogs flip to the top of the order. They're ahead 4-2 with a runner in scoring position in Abram Liendo on second, who just had that huge double. Sea Dogs trying to clear the bases. McDonough thrown out at the plate. The 1-0 runs in on Arias, and he's ahead 2-0. Olson checks his runner at second. Kicks, deals low at the knees, and that's ball 3. Nelly Taylor on deck if it gets there for the Sea Dogs. The infield is pulled over towards the pull side on the left side of the infield. The pitch into the strike zone as the count moves to 3-1. Ari is 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a double. Trying to add to his 4 RBI already this season. First time today he's been playing in the infield at shortstop instead of as the designated hitter for the Sea Dogs. The 3-1. Cut and miss for strike 2, and the count's full. Olson, the lefty against the righty. The payoff. Bumped foul backwards towards our visiting radio booth, and we'll do it again at 3-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. Sea Dogs leading 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Arias takes a loop with his bat. And resets. Olson set at the chest, checks the runner from the stretch. Another payoff. Another hit for Franklin Arias, splits the gap in left center field. Coming around is Liendo. Arias on his way to second. It'll be a close play, and the slide is in there safely. It's another double for Franklin Arias, who's 3 for 3 tonight. Sea Dogs lead 5-2.
He is just seeing the ball so well. That one was a low changeup, low and outside at 82, and he just pokes it in the outfield.
So that's 4 of these 5 runs for the Sea Dogs that have come across with 2 outs. Baez responsible for 3 of them. Another one from Arias right there. As the first pitch comes in, it's a called strike to Nelly Taylor. Arias replaced Liendo over at second. On the lefty Taylor, the infield shifted the other direction. Taylor can't hold back his swing. He's down 0-2. I've already mentioned the issues with the strikeouts for Taylor early in the season. He has 2 of them tonight. Had his first hit at the AA level last night. It was a leadoff double in the bottom of the 9th to start the inning that eventually ended in a walk-off win for the Sea Dogs. Olsen fires. Taylor leaves it outside, 1-2. Taylor rocks back and forth as he readies for the 1-2. Swing.
Next. Davlin swings, hammered in the air, no doubt shot for Chuck.
That was pretty at 417 feet from home plate.
Payoff pitch. Davlin swings, hammered in the air to right field, and gone! A two-homer inning, punctuated with a grand slam.
Here's the pitch from Ryan. Swings, this ball hit pretty well, deep left field. Is it going to be a fair ball? Yes, and a 3-run home run by Charlie Condon. And Albuquerque puts up a crooked number early to take a 3-0 lead. The next pitch. Swings, and this is crushed again. Long gone again for Condon. Past the Miller line landing. 2 at-bats tonight, 2 home runs, driving in 5.
The design for the HVR jersey is inspired from the national flag colors of Bhutan. The saffron represents the monastic division, the yellow represents the monarch, and the dragon is a white dragon, a peaceful dragon.
I think probably the coolest feature though is the druk, which is the dragon and is the national symbol of Bhutan. Really happy to integrate that in the jerseys. I think they came out really nice.
For your community, to help you stretch every dollar, borrow money with confidence, and save for the future. Because we know that the people that keep this place running are the ones that make it feel like home. Lighthouse Credit Union, for those who keep the lights on.
Leading off in the Hampshire left field at number 31, Jackson Horner.
Top of the 5th here at Delta Dental Park. First pitch from Cade Feeney. Strike 1 on the outside of the plate against Jackson Horning to start off the top of the 5th. Feeney came in 2/3 of the way through the 4th as Horning pushes it foul towards the first base side of the field, and he's down quickly 0-2. Feeney's second appearance of the season. The 0-2. Just off the plate with a fastball at 92 miles an hour. Missed all of the 2025 season recovering from Tommy John surgery, so this is just his second game back. He kicks and deals, and it hits him in the foot, but he still makes his way to first, and it's an error overthrown. What a chaotic play. Glad he seems to be all right as that one hit him in the instep, and he wasn't able to finish off that play.
Yeah, great hustle by Feeney. I think it just got him in the cleat. Kelsey Brandstetter, the athletic trainer, and Chad Epperson, Portland's manager, are going to check on him just to make sure, but able to hop up and at least cover first base. Drew Earhart's throw was a little bit wide. We take a look here on the replay on MLB TV. Maybe just like maybe the outside of his cleat. Feet were cut off there, but it looks to be all right. He's going to throw some, I don't even think he's going to throw a couple pitches. He's just going to go straight into the next batter.
Well, he recovered really quickly. Hustled over to first base. I know they were practicing that earlier today. Seems like it was drilled into him enough that he took it like a champ and moved on. As he looks to be okay, he resets here against Sean Keys in the 3-hole. Keys lays off. It's a called strike. And that was ruled a single by Jackson Horning. Feeney fires. Strike 2 on the black inside part of the plate. 0-2 count to Sean Keys. The pitch. Grounded towards second, picked up by McDonough, who gets the lead runner at second. Momentum carrying him towards the first base line, and he turns and puts it on the money to Arias to get that runner out, and that's one gone.
You definitely don't see that play very often with McDonough, like you said, ranging towards the right field foul line. But a heads-up play and a really strong throw from McDonough.
First pitch drops outside to Cutter Coffey, formerly in the Red Sox system. Drew Earhart struck out Cutter Coffey a few days ago and said Coffey was in the infield back in Greenville the first time he pitched as a position player, so a full circle moment for the two of them. He said it was a shame his big strikeout moment had to happen against one of his friends. Coffey is ahead quickly, 2-0. Feeney, top of the zone, floats it up there, 85 miles an hour, strike one. Runner on first, Sea Dogs lead 5-2, top of the fifth, one gone. Feeney outside, and it's 3-1. It's rare to see a batter today, Emma, that doesn't have some sort of shift on to the pull side. It feels like the infield for both teams just moving all over the place. The 3-1. A liner up the middle, splits that gap anyways between short and second, and there is runners on first and second for the Fisher Cats. Potential tying run now coming to the plate.
Designated hitter number 32, Jorge Burgos.
That's Jorge Burgos strutting up on the left side. Burgos has 2 walks today, both coming against the starter Dalton Rogers. First pitch. Drops low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch clock down to 3, but he gets it off with a fastball, strike 1 called. One out, runners on first and second. New Hampshire left a lot of guys stranded yesterday. Had more hits than the Sea Dogs by far, yet lost by 1 as the 1-1 is perfect at the bottom of the zone for a called strike 2. Pitch clock resets as Feeney calls time. Set at the belt. A peek over at the lead runner. Another one for good measure. The 1-2 on a line to center. Blaze catches it. And there's a chance to double him up at second. That is a double play for the Sea Dogs. As it looked like Sean Keys just thought that ball was going to drop. Took off towards third with only 1 out. Comes back to bite him. The Sea Dogs strand 2. They lead 5-2. Back to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. This is the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.
Mainers are tough as nails. And when it comes to quitting smoking or vaping, we don't give up. Because Mainers know every quit attempt is a step in the right direction. The Maine Quit Link offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free nicotine gum, patches, and lozenges. Because quitting tobacco with a little extra...
Picked up right where he left off last year. First pitch with a runner breaking, popped into shallow right center. Bradfield on the run along with Fabian, a diving play for the out. And with Jones running, he will easily be doubled up at first base. Just a matter of whether Fabian or Bradfield could make the play. Fabian did. Couldn't tell if Holiday put a little deke on Jones there. He went in head first on the dive. I don't think he had any idea.
Barquisimeto, Venezuela, 27-year-old. Here's the pitch. Lined in the shallow right. In comes Pinckney towards the line. Galloping forward, dives, makes a spectacular catch. Andrew Pinckney lunging out and making a slip and slide grab near the right field foul line for the first out of the bottom of the second. And then Pinckney laying out there and reeling it in. So 1 out to begin the bottom of the second.
The design for the HVR jersey is inspired from the national flag colors of Bhutan. The saffron represents the monastic division, the yellow represents the monarch, and the dragon is a white dragon, a peaceful dragon.
I think probably the coolest feature though is the druk, which is the dragon and is the national symbol of Bhutan. Really happy to integrate that in the jerseys. I think they came out really nice.
First pitch. Inside part for strike one. Baez had a home run over the monster on a full count and 2 outs all the way back in the third to put the Sea Dogs from down 2-0 to ahead 3-2. They've tacked on some insurance since then as the 0-1 is up the first baseline, scooped easily and taken by himself by Sean Keys for the solo put away. One up, one down for the Sea Dogs brings up Miguel Blaze, who takes a ball outside. Blaze has a strikeout and a single today, reached second on a wild pitch. The 1-0 runs in but catches the corner of the plate just before that, and it's 1-1. Ball 2 misses outside, same spot as the first pitch. Blaze moves back ahead in the count. Blaze was stranded on second earlier. The 2-1 grounded up the third baseline, backhanded, and a laser to first just gets there in time. Sean Keys was in the air to climb upstairs and get that ball. Looked to me like Blaze might have got into the bag while he was in the air. Let's take another look here on MLB TV as Blaze steps on the bag right about the same time that Sean Keys comes down with the ball. A play that could have gone either way is the second out of the inning, and it's Ronald Rosario's turn on the right side as he takes strike one. Rosario swings and misses, got a slight piece of it, 0-2. Had a ground out to the second baseman and a strikeout so far tonight. The Sea Dogs have put up at least 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings after going scoreless in the first 2 to lead 5-2, 2 outs bottom of the 5th at Hadlock Field. Mason Olson readies. The 0-2 outside. Rosario lays off. Olson nods. Set at the letters. As the ball misses low, it's 2-2. Turner taking some practice swings on the side, looking to time up these pitches. Olson fires. Rosario, soft contact up the third baseline. Olson forced to field it, and he does make the play for the 1-3.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Giving up Josh Naylor, who was on an expiring deal. Oh, that was nasty. A sweeper and a sword on Brock Rodden.
Barquisimeto, Venezuela, 27-year-old. Here's the pitch. Lined in the shallow right. In comes Pinckney towards the line. Galloping forward, dives, makes a spectacular catch. Andrew.
Yep, that's him. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson SE for $209 a month, or get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
Top of the 6th here in Portland, Maine, as Kane Feeney is back out to the bump for his second full inning of work. He's gone 1 1/3 so far, given up 2 hits and no runs. He's faced 5 batters. First one here in the 6th is Giovanni Planchar, the catcher for the Fisher Cats. First pitch on the way. Misses upstairs, 1-0. Feeney delivers, misses in the outside box. 2-0 for Planchar. Regular infield, finally, no shift to the pull side against the righty as Feeney finds the zone with the fastball at the top at 92 miles an hour. It's 2-1. The 2-1 misses outside once again as Feeney is at risk of delivering his first walk of the night. The 3-1 off the plate, and that is ball 4. Giovanni Planchart takes a base as the leadoff runner in the 6th. Heading towards the bottom of the order, we're in the 7 hole for New Hampshire. It's Nick Goodwin with a walk and a ground out tonight. First pitch misses low. Really not by much, right there at the knees. Tons of break on it. One and 0 for Goodwin. Outside again as Feeney keeps missing in this same spot. 2-0. Back-to-back batters starting off on a 2-0 count. Planchar takes a small lead at first. The pitch, right down Broadway for strike 1. No stolen bases this season for Planchard, the runner at first. The pitch, flared foul, and that's strike 2 on Nick Goodwin. Feeney on the first base side of the rubber, readies the ball behind his back, checks the runner, now set at the belt. Here comes the 2-2. Another foul ball over towards the Expo, and the count stays the same. The sky has blackened as the sun has fully set, lights on bright. The crowd is popping here on a Friday night in April. The 2-2 outside, and it's a full count. No one working currently in the Sea Dogs bullpen. As a little bit of movement starts up now. The payoff. Upstairs, ball 4. Planchart thought about it, checked his swing, And it's 2 walks to lead off the inning as there goes some movement in the Sea Dogs bullpen. A couple of different guys getting loose. Feeney will try to regroup here with the potential tying run at the plate in Cade Doughty. Fly out and a ground out tonight for the shortstop. First pitch. Pop up. It'll stay in the infield. Sprinting in on it. Arias underneath. Had to track backwards. Nearly lost it in the lights. But that is the first out of the inning. Runners stay where they are. So it's an F6 in your scorebooks for out number 1 in the inning as Arias is right behind that second base bag, keeping an eye on the lead runner in Planchar. Sea Dogs leading 5-2. Bottom of the order with Ismael Munguia. There is a potential double play in effect here as Munguia takes strike 1 on the changeup at 85. The 0-1. Feeney lost a handle on it, but Rosario's there to collect high and away. A ball and a strike. Munguia has struck out looking tonight, but had a single back in the 4th inning. The Fisher Cats put up 2 in the first and have been held scoreless since then. Feeney checks the lead, the pitch. Inside 2-1. He has shown a lot of patience at the plate. He does have 3 walks already this season. The pitch. Hammered, tracking foul towards the right side of the field, and that, if he could have straightened it out, could have been a home run. Instead, just drops into the corner right past the foul pole, and it's 2-2. Munguia taps the plate to reset. Back foot on the back line, front foot slightly back in a loading position. Runners on first and second. 2 gone. The pitch. Pop up, tracking foul again, but in play. Leyendo is there to make the grab, and an F5 ends the inning. I stand corrected, that is the second out of the inning, but 2 pop-ups in a row. And there are runners on first and second for Eddie Micheletti Jr. and the top of the Fisher Cats lineup. So after back-to-back walks, it's back-to-back pop-ups. First pitch to Micheletti Jr. bounces in for ball 1. There's still nobody fully throwing in the Sea Dogs bullpen. They really want Feeney to make his way out of this one. He's gone 2 full innings now. Checks the lead, the 1-0. Just misses inside on the bottom corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Feeney nods. The pitch. Pick-off attempt to first, and it hits the batter as Planchar advances from second to third. Nick Goodwin was dead in the water at first, but the throw was just not on target from Rosario. And that could cost the Sea Dogs, as there is now a base runner on third just 90 feet away. 2 gone for Micheletti Jr., who's ahead 3-0. Feeney delivers a strike as Micheletti turned to walk up the first baseline, convinced that one was out of the zone. It's 3-1. The pitch from Feeney. Into the zone for strike 2. Full count, 2 outs, runners on the corners. 5-2 ball game. Sea Dogs in the lead in the top of the 6th. Feeney nods. The payoff. pushed foul, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Micheletti's 0 for 3 tonight. As Feeney shakes off a couple, nods, now sets. The payoff on the ground to Earhart, who gets it on a bounce, doesn't let it get past him, and that's the 3 unassisted to end the inning, and he does leave 2 runners stranded as Feeney escapes without giving up a run. It's been scoreless for New Hampshire for the last 4 in a row as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Sea Dogs in front 5-2. This is the Sea Dogs Radio Network presented by Verizon.
When I was still in college, my father passed away suddenly. I was left with some money I didn't really know what to do with. So my mom encouraged me to go to the credit union to talk to them. Having somebody seem to genuinely care was so refreshing. It doesn't matter how big or small my question might be. I know that there's going to be somebody there that can help guide me in the right direction. You're not just an account number to them, and it feels like that. I'm a member.
Spring is coming, and so are the red-hot deals at Rowe Hyundai in Westbrook and Auburn. And here's an example. Lease a new 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive SUV for only $339 a month, with only $500 down. Or start driving a new Hyundai Tucson non-hybrid.
Hey, you're celebrating. 2-2 pitch hit high in the air, deep to right center field. Thomas and Perez back. They'll turn around as this one's way gone.
A 3-1. Marlowe is looking up at the wall, and that one is another home run. Holy cow.
2 home runs in his last 2 at-bats, and he drives this one deep the other way to left. Marlowe's back, track, wall, gone. James Tibbs III with his 3rd home run and as many at-bats.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really tried to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've
towards right field, but in play, and underneath it, Eddie Micheletti Jr. makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out.
First baseman number 22, Drew Earhart.
Drew Earhart doubled and then came around to score in the 4th. He steps into the righty box. Olsen misses outside, ball 1. Infield kind of split on Earhart, big gap behind the pitcher and into that left center field as Olsen locates on the bottom of the zone, 1-1. The pitch. Earhart cuts and misses, 1-2. Bottom of the order, Tyler McDonough on deck. The pitch, inside, and Earhart knew it before it was even called, turned around and started walking back to the dugout. That's a called strike 3. And that is 2 gone very quickly for Mason Olsen. Brings up Tyler McDonough, who had a bunt single his last time at the plate. Couldn't have executed it any better up the third base line, not even a throw on it. But here he's ready to swing away as he takes ball 1 outside. Strike 1 that time on the outside of the zone. 1-1's the count to McDonough. The pitch, well hit towards center, going back, but under it is Mungia, and that is 3 up.
more than 30% of players are Latino. And as you think about that, you have to fit it into the culture of baseball.
One thing that I've always really enjoyed about the Copa program is the players love it. We've had everything from live bands to salsa dancing in the concourse before the game. For us, that meant bringing in a car show.
It really goes with the fun of baseball.
Picked up right where he left off last year. First pitch with a runner breaking, popped into shallow right center. Bradfield on the run along with Fabian, a diving play for the out. And with Jones running, he will easily be doubled up at first base. Just a matter of whether Fabian or Bradfield could make the play. Fabian did. Couldn't tell if Holiday put a little deke on Jones there. He went in head first on the dive. I don't think he had any idea.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Lozenges, because quitting tobacco with a little extra help is more successful than quitting cold turkey. Quit like a Mainer. Enroll online at MaineQuitLink.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You're on following. Back in the top of the 7th, and here is Emma Tiedemann.
Thank you so much, Perry. As the Sea Dogs go to the bullpen, it is the left-hander and Eric Rivera to take things over. Jackson Hornig, Sean Keys, and Cutter Coffey due up. So a 3-run game. Here's the first pitch from Rivera. Swing and a high fly ball driven deep right field. Taylor sprinting back. He now turns. It's off the wall. Hornig around first into second and slides in safely for a leadoff double in the top of the 7th.
First baseman number 15.
So the Fisher Cats are not going away quietly for the against the Sea Dogs. Portland still leading 5-2. Tying run now on deck. Rivera making his second appearance of the season. He went 2 shutout innings against Somerset last week. Allowed just 1 hit, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Swing and hit on the ground left side of the infield. Arias, the shortstop, ranges to his right, throws to first. It's in time. On the play, Hornig advances to third.
Essentially operates as a sacrifice hit, 1 gone, and now Eric Rivera will have to protect the plate a little bit. The Sea Dogs have a little bit of insurance, but they want to keep that gap as wide as possible. Rivera got his first save of the season in that game against Somerset. It was just a 1-0 win for the Sea Dogs, a masterclass from the pitching staff.
First pitch misses low and inside for ball 1.
Off the back of a game where they gave up 18 runs on 22 hits. It's amazing how things can change overnight.
1-0 to Coffey. This is outside, ball 2. And in that game, Rivera came in, retired the side in order with including 2 strikeouts. Then in the bottom of the 9th inning, gave up a leadoff single. There's the 2-0 to Coffey, and he fouls it right side out of play. And gave up that leadoff single, but then retired the next 3 batters he faced. Able to pitch around the leadoff base runner, and like you mentioned, that 1-0 final score. So that was high leverage situation for the lefty Rivera. Here's the 2-1 to Coffey. Swing, another one fouled right side. As the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at third, 1 out in the top of the 7th. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Went low and outside with the slider. And Coffey goes down on strikes for the 2nd out. Top of the 7th. First K of the night for Rivera. And brings up Jorge Burgos.
That's only the 3rd strikeout for Sea Dogs pitchers tonight, but they've really limited the bats for New Hampshire. They've allowed 5 hits, but every time New Hampshire has threatened on base, they've really bounced back and responded.
First pitch to Burgos, misses low and outside. And you were mentioning how it's funny what can change overnight. Portland yesterday had 17 strikeouts. Tonight, they have 3. Lefty-lefty matchup. Burgos back in on the left side. The pitch misses low and outside. Ball 2.
Burgos started the night off with 2 walks, had a fly out to center field his last time up in the 5th.
Time is called. Umpire pointing to the mound briefly. Rivera back on the rubber. He looks in. The 2-0. Swing, and he fouls it straight back for strike 1. Jackson Hornig tagging up over at third base. Reached on the leadoff double, advanced on the ground out by Keys. The 2-1. Shack swing, but it's over the plate for a called strike, and the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Rivera started this count off behind 2-0. Has been pounding the zone since then.
The 2-2. Swing and a bouncing ball to the right of the mound. Rivera fields his position, tosses to first, and again is able to pitch around the leadoff base runner. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Portland still leading 5-2 over New Hampshire on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.
Leading off the top of the first inning is the Substance Ale, Bissell Brothers flagship IPA. Hailing from Portland, Maine, standing at 16 ounces tall, Subby, as his teammates call him, was an early standout in his 2013 season debut, delivering bright and balanced hop flavor alongside smooth, crisp, Maine-made satisfaction. Find Bissell Brothers all season.
Swing, and this one out towards left. It gets down, and Jace Bowen has a 1-out single. 2-2. Swing, and it's lofted out towards left. Taylor jogging around third base as Bowen will stop at second base. 1-1. Davis drifting back at the wall. He turns. It's gone. As he gets the triple in the 8th inning, Jace Bowen has hit for the cycle.
Oh, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
So we got a little throwback uni on, gray socks, you feel me? So it's like we're going back in time. So I feel the presence of Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those great guys. So yeah, we're gonna play like them too.
Just love kind of having this logo here, Triple B's. You know, those guys went through a lot more than I probably can ever imagine. And, you know, it's a fight that they had to put up just so I can get here. And so getting the chance to even wear the jersey and get on the field and play is something huge.
Corner. First time Liendo has faced Olsen tonight as the 0-1 pitch misses low and inside. The count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Olsen was promoted from High A Vancouver yesterday, added to the roster. And then the right-hander Pat Gallagher was promoted from New Hampshire to AAA Buffalo, the 1-1. This is outside, ball 2. And I think the jump from High A to AA for Toronto, from Vancouver to New Hampshire, that must be distance-wise. The 2-1 pitch called strike, and the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of the largest distances to travel when you get promoted to AA. I guess Richmond is there too. There's the 2-2. Swing, and Liendo sends it high to right field. Micheletti Jr. trots in, reaches up, and he makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the 7th.
I actually was just about to say Richmond is pretty far away from the West Coast. Also thinking about from the AAA to the majors, something like Oklahoma City. When I was looking at Zach Earhart yesterday in Oklahoma City for the Dodgers, get called up from Oklahoma to LA, that's quite the trip.
Yeah, aside from really Salem and Greenville, Boston's teams are all kind of, I mean, within 2 hours of Boston, as the first pitch to Arias is a called strike. Worcester obviously closer to Boston than Portland, but about an hour and a half from Delta Dental Park, you'll find your way to Fenway. Here's the 0-1. This is outside, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, the pitch. This is low and inside for ball 2. Franklin Arias tonight, 3 for 3 again. Now batting .583 to start the season. And again, we are a week in. Here's the 2-1. This is outside, and the count goes to 3-1. However,
he's 7 for 12 on the season.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable, especially at this age of 20 years old. It's a 3-1 pitch. It's a called strike high and inside. I'm going to have to look this up, but I believe it was Cedon Rafaela who had a similar start to his second season with Portland. I mean, I think most recently, though, it was Christian Campbell who was promoted from Greenville. Here's the 3-2. Swing, and it's a ground ball to the shortstop, Doty. Fields it cleanly, throws to first for the second out, but most recently, Christian Campbell came up from High A Greenville, and I remember actually watching the games for a short time at home because I was still on maternity leave, but thinking, you know, this guy has to cool off eventually. You know, he had a hot start to Double-A, but he has to cool off, but he never really did. And some guys just hit their stride. Here's the first pitch to Nelly Taylor, swinging a foul tip at the plate for strike 1.
It can happen on the other side of the ball, too. No one knows that better than the Blue Jays. Trey Savage last season went from the low minors to striking out multiple batters in the World Series all in one season. He wasn't even eligible for Rookie of the Year status last year. He's eligible for Rookie of the Year status this year because of how few games he played in the majors last year.
1-1. Check swing, foul ball left side for strike 2. And actually, Portland faced Trey Savage last season a couple of times, which is another side of minor league baseball. You actually see it, you know, feature big leaguers for other clubs as well. One, two. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Swing, and this one out towards left. It gets down, and Jace Bowen has a 1-out single. 2-2. Swing, and it's lofted out towards left. Taylor jogging around third base as Bowen will stop at second base. 1-1. Davis drifting back at the wall. He turns. It's gone. As he gets the triple in the 8th inning, Jace Bowen has hit for the cycle.
One of the personal touches on the uniform is the gray, making it look like it's the old wool.
The great thing about the Birmingham Black Barons uniforms, very simple in regards to the triangle B and the block lettering for Birmingham across the chest.
This is something that's a little bit more geared towards the players. Having the tribute to Negro League, I think this is going to be a marquee moment for them in their journey.
To be able to honor and salute the legacy and contributions of the...
Hello, powerful collaborations in cancer care. And hello, advanced facilities within reach. It's time to welcome brand new beginnings, because we're just getting started. Northern Light Mercy Hospital, How are you?
Christine, if you think about SoFi, every inning counts. And the same goes to money download SoFi's all-in-one finance app and get your money ready.
Top of the 8th inning in Portland, the Sea Dogs continue to lead by 3-5-2. And it will be Blanchard, Goodwin, and Doty due up against the lefty Eric Rivera. First pitch to Blanchard is a called strike on the low and outside corner. Blanchard has an RBI and a walk tonight. Rivera sets the 0-1. Misses outside. The count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Taps it foul at the plate for strike 2, and Eric Rivera now quickly ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out.
This is kind of how Rivera felt his first appearance, too. Like, he just gets more comfortable out there.
1-2 fouled straight back.
With every pitch he throws that he sees goes into the zone, with every out that he records, he looks more and more confident out there on the bump.
Time is called. He kicks the dirt around in front of the bounds. Right now it's 16 pitches. He's very efficient on the mound, too. 1-2. Swing and a soft blooper, shallow right center field, and ranging back is Tyler McDonough. The second baseman makes the catch for the first down, the top of the 8th inning.
Third baseman, number 9, Nick.
McDonough got a great break on that. He read it perfectly off the bat. It's a ball that, if he didn't break immediately on it, could have dropped between right field and second base, but instead McDonough had plenty of time to make that play.
Good one in on the right side, first pitch. Check swing, and didn't go around trying to move out of the way of that pitch.
Emma, you mentioned earlier McDonough as a utility player, has also played in the outfield a little bit. You could see that outfield training in that play.
1-0 is lined to right field. Racing in is Nelly Taylor. He leaps forward and makes the catch. Sea Dogs defense putting on a clinic tonight.
Shortstop, number 7.
Nelly Taylor with the shoelace snag, diving forward. As Rivera has 2 up, 2 down quickly. Absolutely right. Both of those plays really, really well done by the defense.
On the replay, you could catch Drew Earhart at first base putting both of his hands up in excitement watching his right fielder behind him make the catch. Here's the first pitch to Cade Doty, and the fastball misses high and inside for ball 1. How about 95 from Eric Rivera? He comes set. Here's the 1-0. Called strike in the low and inside corner, and the count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Swing and a liner to...
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Hey, you're celebrating. 2-2 pitch hit high in the air, deep to right center field. Thomas and Perez back. They'll turn around as this one's way gone.
3-1. Marlowe is looking up at the wall, and that one is another home run. Holy cow.
2 home runs in his last 2 at-bats, and he drives this one deep the other way to left. Marlowe's back, track, wall, gone. James Tibbs III with his 3rd home run in as many at-bats.
Next. Davlin swings, hammered in the air, no doubt shot for Chuck.
That was pretty at 417 feet from home plate.
Payoff pitch. Davlin swings, hammered in the air to right field, and gone! A 2-homer inning punctuated with a grand slam.
Can't.
Yep, that's him.
How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson SE for $209 a month, or get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
Kai Peterson comes in out of the bullpen for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Peterson, 6'1", 193 pounds, 23 years old, out of Citrus Heights, California. He toes the rubber on the third base side. The lefty leans in and looks to face Nate Baez. First pitch. Misses low and inside for ball one. Baez, 3-run homer in the third inning. Right now has been the difference maker. Peterson sets. The 1-0. Misses a little bit high, and the count goes to 2-0.
Baez kept in the lineup despite not playing catcher today because of how well he's been doing at the plate. Tonight, as a team, the Sea Dogs have 10 hits. They haven't had more than 6 in a game this season.
2-0. Called strike in at the knees. Quickly, 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Peterson nods. The 2-1. This is high and inside, ball 3. And Peterson pitched earlier in the week, making his season debut for the Fisher Cats. Went 1 2/3 innings. Giving up a solo home run to the Sea Dogs. 2 strikeouts and a walk. The 3-1. This is low and inside. That's ball 4, and Baez reaches base to lead things off in the 8th.
First time he'll stand aboard a base today. He rounded them earlier on that home run. The Sea Dogs have had a home run over the Monster for 3 games in a row now. They've just been loving it out there in left field.
Now Miguel Blaze stands in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch. Just misses low and inside for ball 1. The bats have just, I mean, they've been warming up, I would say, throughout the week. Blaze today 1 for 3 with a single. One-0. Just misses outside, ball 2.
This sinker from Peterson, he's trying to draw that swing on the ball that looks like it's going to cross the plate on the outside half, but it's drifting into the opposite box, and Blaze has been reading it well.
Baez leads off at first. Check throw over, and Baez dives back in safely. Wind still blowing out towards center field as Peterson looks in. The 2-0. Baez is off, swinging a miss at the plate. Throw to second. It's going to be wide of the bag. And the designated hitter named Baez swipes second base. Now stands in scoring position in the bottom of the 8th. And that steal by Baez is brought to you by Casco Bay Steel, your family-owned steel bridge fabrication company serving New England for over 20 years.
3rd stolen base of the season for Baez, who leads the team. You don't often see a catcher leading the team in stolen bases.
A 2-1, misses high, ball 3. No, that is definitely not the position you would think is a stolen base leader. Peterson comes set again. The 3-1. Misses low, ball 4, and now it's back-to-back walks to begin the bottom of the 8th.
The Sea Dogs put up 3 runs in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. They've been held scoreless for the last 3 in a row. This is the first time they've really threatened with multiple runners on base since then.
Here comes Ronald Rosario. Fisher Cats pitchers, Mason Olson retired 10 in a row. First pitch to Rosario is a called strike on the high and inside corner, and then Kai Peterson entering the game, and it's been back-to-back walks to start this bottom of the 8th.
Similar situation last night. You had New Hampshire dealing, and then Jason Urbias comes in the 9th inning, immediately gives up 2 hits, and Sea Dogs walk it off.
0-1. Misses high, throw down to first is not in time after Miguel Blaze had to sort of avoid the baseball, keep an eye on Keys, who was playing behind him. Blaze did a quick move to avoid the ball and still get his foot on the bag before Mason Keys. That was a very athletic heads-up play.
Very odd-looking play as well.
That too. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on outside corner, and the count falls to 1-2.
Rosario's had a tough night at the plate today. 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Peterson kicks the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 goes inside for the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Got him on the sinker at 91 miles an hour.
Here comes Will Turner, 0 for 2 with a single. Still with runners at first and second. The pitch. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Blaze at first, Baez at second. The pitch, grounds at first base side. Keys has it, throws to second for 1, on to first, no. Doty decides to pocket the baseball. They get the force out at second. Blaze is out, and on the play, Baez advances to third and Turner to first.
If you're New Hampshire, you see that second runner coming up to first base. It's going to be a close play if you do throw it, and they do have an error on the board tonight. You can't risk that runner at third base coming home on a potential overthrow, so I understand the decision from New Hampshire to eat that one.
Earhart in on the right side. The pitch. Called strike on the low and outside corner. Earhart tonight, 1 for 3, a double and a run scored. Now runners on the corners, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. A 1. Swing and a miss. Fastball inside, and Earhart down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Peterson bends at the waist, takes a long look into his catcher, Blanchard. The 0-2, runner is off, but it's a swing and a miss at the plate for strike 3. And out.
Lapped out to center field. Clark a few steps back now, and he's got a sprint, dives and makes the catch. Throw comes into third base. Morabito tags up and advances. Throw back to first, and they got Melendez in a pickle.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the Elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Davlin swings, hammered in the air, no doubt shot for Chuck.
That was pretty at 417 feet from home plate.
Payoff pitch. Davlin swings, hammered in the air to right field, and gone! A 2-homer inning, punctuated with a grand slam.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Every
everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out. And
Keep things steady, respond quickly, and support your goals like a true all-star teammate. SystemArchitecture.net, an IT management company.
Hampshire Fisher Cats. It will be 9-1-2 up for New Hampshire. And Eric Rivera on the mound for another inning of work to face Gia Micheletti Jr. and Jackson Hornig. Lefty-lefty matchup. Start things off for Munguia. First pitch, misses low and outside for ball one. Center fielder today, 1 for 3, singled back in the 4th inning, but was left on. The pitch, misses low and outside for ball two. Infield for the Sea Dogs shifted to the right side. Wind still blowing out towards center field on it's still a chilly night, but it's warmer. Here's the 2-0. Called strike on the low and outside corner. The 2-1. Line softly the other way over the leaping glove of Franklin Arias into left center field. It's a leadoff single for Ismael Munguia, and it's back to the top of the lineup with Eddie Micheletti Jr. Ball almost getting away in the infield. Drew Earhart putting up his hand, telling everyone, let's just slow it down a little bit.
Back-to-back innings, or excuse me, 2 of his 3 innings now that he's been out here. Rivera has a leadoff hit.
The pitch. Over the head of Eddie Micheletti Jr. He ducks out of the way of it for ball one, and just a slider that got a little bit out of hand from Eric Rivera. Micheletti Jr. back in on the left side. The 1-0. High and inside again for ball two. That time a fastball. Rivera just trying to grip the baseball. Micheletti Jr. today 0 for 4 with 4 groundouts. The 2-0. Inside ball 3. Rivera has the signs, looks over to first. The 2-0. High and inside ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. Following the single, and the Fisher Cats now have the tying run at the plate. As time is called, and it doesn't look like there's a coach coming out. It's just going to be the Sea Dogs meeting on the mound. Ronald Rosario, the catcher, talking, and now looks like it's Juan Rivera heading out to join the infield, the pitching coach for Portland.
Potentially buying some time as there is some action now in the Portland Sea Dogs bullpen. It's not a good sign from Eric Rivera. A 4-pitch walk when you're ahead 3-0 in a situation like this where New Hampshire knows that they're going to play it safe. They need to get these base runners on board. Probably not going to swing. That's when you just put a pitch in the zone, hoping that they're not going to swing at it, even if you leave it over the middle. So Rivera, all 4 of those missing high and inside, up at the shoulders near the head area, could show that he's maybe losing some control here in the 9th. And the Sea Dogs are hustling to get a backup out there because they don't want to let New Hampshire get even closer.
First pitch is a swing and a miss to Jackson Hornig.
To putting some runs up in this inning.
And it's Max Carlson warming up. And right, it was a little uncharacteristic with all 4 of those pitches missing so drastically because he had been so locked into the zone up until that at-bat. 0-1. Just misses outside. The count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sea Dogs trying to hold on to a 5-2 lead here in the top of the 9th. Nobody out in New Hampshire with runners at first and second. The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball right side. McDonough ranges over to his left, throws to second. Franklin Arias throws back to third, but it's not in time. Mugia is safe. So, again, Tyler McDonough, another tough play defensively to make. As Mugia moves to third, Micheletti is out 4-6, and then Hornig reaches on the force out. Now runners on the corners with one out, and still a possibility of a double play with the force out at first and second.
Huge to get that middle runner out. Even though it's not the lead, you take away one of those potential runners that would have been in scoring position.
First pitch, a swing and a miss for strike one to Keys. Had an RBI double and a run scored in the first inning. Fisher Cats actually struck first in the first, led 2-0 before Portland's 3-run third take the lead, and they've been in front ever since. 0-1. This is inside, and the count evens. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Swing and a miss. Goes upstairs to Keys with the sinker. And Rivera now ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away in the 9th. Hornig at first, Mugia at third. One, 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Goes outside with the sinker, and the Fisher Cats down to their final out in the 9th.
Way to bounce back, Eric Rivera. 4-pitch walk. Everyone, including myself, starts to get concerned, and he just goes right back to that strike zone, forcing those whiffs. Huge response from the lefty pitcher.
Rivera sets, looks over as Coffey climbs in. First pitch. This is outside for ball 1. Cutter Coffey today 1 for 3 with a hit by a pitch and a single. 1-0. This is high and outside, ball 2. Runners on the corners with 2 outs in the 9th. The 2-0. Check swing, and the pitch just missed outside for ball 3. So Rivera now down in the count. 3 balls, no strikes with 2 outs. The 3-0 finds the zone for a called strike. Fastball that time at 94.
That's the kind of pitch you expect to see on a 3-0 count.
The 3-1 to Coffey. Swing, and he rolls it foul third base side. So Rivera works his way back from a 3-0 count to a full count. 2 outs, 2 on. In the 9th, Portland leading 5-2. So the tying run for New Hampshire at the plate, and Cutter Coffey, the former Red Sox farmhand. Sea Dogs fans coming to their feet. Here's the a check throw over to first. Back standing is Hornig. So we'll try this again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fires in the sinker at 95. High and inside corner, swing and a miss. And the Sea Dogs win their 2nd straight over the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. 5-2 the final score as the Lighthouse comes out in center field. And the fans celebrate here at Delta Dental Park. Fisher Cats strand 2 as Eric Rivera ends the ball game with back-to-back strikeouts. Portland wins tonight 5-2 the final over the Fisher Cats. We will take a break, and on the other side of it, Perry Kitai will have your post-game show with all the highlights. Again, Portland wins their 2nd straight game over New Hampshire on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.